Hello! Trying for my second video of the day with Sun Dragon tips and tricks. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber. I am joining you on a pretty dismal, rainy day in Brevard, North Carolina. It rains a lot here. So if we're a little on the dark side, we don't have as much ambient light in here as we would normally have on a bright and sunny day. But I thought for our second video of the day, we would try frogging. This is a way to back out your work. So last week I did one on tinking, which is very slowly backing things out. Frogging, because knitters got jokes, is when you rip it. You just take the needle out and you rip it, and it sounds like ribbit. And oh my gosh, aren't we funny? Ha! Now you know some inside lingo if you didn't already. This is part of my Fix Your Mistakes class. So let's talk about if you have to take your needle out or if it slips out, how to get it back in safely. Let's get to it. And a slight caveat here, if you watched my video from earlier today, which was about knitting front and back, couple of flubs in what I said that I didn't even catch, and in my spelling, that I caught when I was editing. And that's because I'm a little migrainey today. Those of you who know me know I get like that. We're still going to see what we can do with this video. If anything gets weird, hopefully I catch it in the edits, and if not, let me know in the comments. Like to see what I couldn't catch that someone else will pick up on. Okay, so let's talk about frogging. I talked last week about tinking. Tinking, which is the word spelled knit backwards, is really slowly taking stitches out one at a time. But let's say that you noticed a problem a row or two back, and if they're really long rows, you could tink to make sure you don't lose any stitches, but I know knitters who would say, ain't nobody got time for that. So, you might take your needle out and just rip it out. I'm also calling this one getting stitches back on a needle correctly if they fall off. So you may not be frogging, but you may have your needle fall out of your work. This is helpful for that. Okay? So, knitters lingo, knitters slang, why, when knitters got jokes, they call this frogging, when you're taking your needle out of your work and pulling it out. To frog is to rip out your stitches, rows of stitches. You pull on the yarn and it pulls out of your stitches and you rip it, rip it, rip it. You're ripping your work back, they say. And when they say rip it, rip it, rip it, people will often joke that it sounds like ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Hence the term frogging. And I drew last time my favorite, I might have left out a step or two, when I was a kid, my favorite little guy to draw was my version of the Calvin and Hobbes frog. There we go. Ribbit. I'll probably edit this out so you don't have to watch me draw the whole thing. But you might like watching me draw the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, sometimes I'd add a little bit here. Honestly, haven't drawn him in years before last week. But I got new markers. So I might just have to add a little bit to him. Oh, look! Shading without meaning to. Because colors muddle together. Okay, anyway. Let's give him... Oh, fine. So, frogging! You might hear knitters say, I had to frog my whole thing. But what if you don't want to frog the whole thing? What if you want to save some of your stitches? Get them back on the needle. Here's what I say. We're going to talk about it. The loop, if you want them on correctly, where it won't feel twisted and it will look okay. You want the right side of the loop to be on the front side of your needle, the side that's facing you. But that might not be possible without losing stitches. So the first rule of thumb should be, by any means necessary, get every loop back on your needle. 1 loop for each column. Let's put that in. By any means necessary, we want 1 loop or stitch, however you want to talk about it, per column of knitting. What I mean by that is, for every row of V's you have, you want to catch a loop at the top so things don't run away with you and create problems. And guess what? We can teach you how to pick up stitches that have run away from you, but that is another video. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. This is an open loop that has fallen off of the needle. Let's pick out some red here. We have the right side and we have the left side. If you laid it out flat, you have the left side. Yes, my cat has decided to join me, and he may decide to walk across or bite me, which means that everything will shake. You'll see. So this right side is what we want to be on the front of the needle, or the side that's facing you. So what faces you when you're holding your needle out? Front side. The left we want on the back of the needle, away from you. Doesn't matter if it's a knit or a purl stitch. Hi, baby. I know. Hi, baby. Yes, are you bored? Okay. It doesn't matter if it's a knit or purl stitch. Here I have needles facing different directions. We could pretend that they're the same 3 stitches. Front side, back side. I'm going to try to pet my cat while I talk to y'all. If you look at this, I'm actually going to back this down a little bit. My last video today, I colored in the right side orange, the front side, and the back side purple. And if you look at these guys down here, the right side is always in front. You guys are just going to get to hear my cat complain to me that he is not getting enough love. Sometimes when he doesn't get enough love, he attacks. So we'll see. But the other side, the left side of the stitch, is in the back here. So let's take a look at some open stitches right here. I'm gonna color code the left and the right, and if you were to come along with the needle, say you were approaching from this side with your needle, I would recommend, again, try to get it so that the right side, you're picking them up all the same way, and so that orange side will end up facing you. You'll turn them all. But, as I will probably show you when I'm working with the actual yarn, sometimes that doesn't happen. I don't know if you can tell by looking at this picture right here. One of them has not been picked up with the right side in front. One of them, the left side was in front. It will look different on the needle. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one did not go on right when I tried to scoop it up by going, this one I did this way. The one down here I must have done this way by my drawing. Doo, 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 doo. Yeah, the cat's like, nah, I have no patience for this. Okay, it's number 3. I don't know if you can tell, but right side, right side, right side. This one has the left side in front. Oh yeah, he's singing the song of his people. This one's flipped. Now, here's how I would fix it, and I will show this with the real, with the yarn and needles. If we slip them, if we take another needle and we slip them over, and we only slip them by putting your needle in what we call purlwise, we can slip that, it'll feel normal. This one, we'll actually have to bring the needle around the back side. There is a magic way to slip it so we can fix it. But you would know this, even if you can't see it, you would know because you'd knit this one, you'd go to knit this one and it would feel super weird. There is a way to flip it. So fix by slipping stitches and flipping incorrect ones. Let's see what that looks like in person. That one's kind of hard to draw. So this is the sample I used for my earlier video today, where I did a knit front and back on every single stitch on this last row. And let's say I wanted to take that out. Hidden Easter egg here, if you want to take out a knit front and back, but you don't want a frog, the additional stitch you can just kick off without losing any of these columns. The columns of V's I talked about. However, this is a frogging video, so we're going to rip the band-aid off and just pull this out completely. And sometimes I advise my knitters to put it on the table, perhaps, and gently pull. There are ways you can get it on there without pulling so much out, or being able to catch it right away. I am going to pull a whole other row out so we can really see what's going on though. And sometimes it's really hard to not over pull. I just over pulled that last one. It's back a little too far. But take a look. If I spread these stitches out, I have flat loops right now. They won't be flat when they go on the needle, but they're there for me. So I'm going to take my needle. Some people like to do this right on the table. Some people like to hold right under these stitches so they don't run away from me. But what I would want to do, right side of the stitch, I want that to be on the side of the needle facing me. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to catch it like this. Same thing with all of these guys. I'm going to keep trying to put them through. I have really big yarn right now. So I can kind of hold and manipulate it. This one, take a look. He's looking like he wants to kind of fall out. Uh-oh, I really want to catch him. I should catch him from behind. I don't know if I can. I'm going to get him on by any means necessary. He is backwards. If you take a look, you can kind of see he's backwards. I'm going to catch this guy backwards too, just so we have some experience. Oh, look, I'm shedding. That's what I get for wearing my hair down today, right? I'm going to catch this guy. What do I do with him? I can put him on here, but my yarn is not there. Look, my yarn is one stitch away. Here's what I would do to fix that guy before we talk about fixing how our stitches are situated. If this happens, and it happens a lot, you want to separate where the yarn is from the one that's not done. So we're going to slip him just by putting my needle straight in and sliding him over. Now I have the ones that are attached to the working yarn and the one that's not on separate needles. Make sure that the yarn is in the needle that's in my right hand, and I can finish the row. Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to turn this around to the back side because I want to check that these are all on correctly before I continue with my work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide them, and I'm going to see A, if it feels like it's not tight and weird, and B, if I can tell if the right side is in front. If I need to, I'm gonna splay it out like this. Left side, right side. That guy looks good. And when I slip them, it's often called slipping purlwise, because right now, look, it's like I'm putting my needle in to do a purl stitch. However, what you're really doing is sticking it straight in. If you were sticking it in knitwise, see how that would come at a different angle and it would twist the stitch around. I don't want to do that. So I'm slipping by putting it straight in. Straight in. Again, if I pull on it and open it up, right side is in front. That one's okay too. Now this one, if I go to slip, it's hard to catch it, or I can, but it feels really tight. And if I open it up like this, the right side's in the back, the left side's in front. So here's how I fix that. So instead of putting it in and moving it over and having it feel tight, I'm going to take my needle around the back side of this. I'm not going to put it through the center. I'm going to take it around the back side of this stitch and then come forward, because that's going to change and put the right side in front. And look, this is another one. If I go to slip purlwise, that's hard, because the right side is in back. If I want the right side to be in front, I'm going to put my needle all the way around the far side of it in the back. So I'm going all the way around the back side, still going through the center, and when I slide it over, look, on this side, the right side is in front, the left side is in back. The other ones look good and feel good, so I'm okay. Now, since I'm on flat needles, this is the problem. I can't keep going because the yarn's over here and the needle tip's over here. So guess what? I get another chance to slip them back again and test and make sure that everything feels okay. Slipping purlwise. Doesn't matter that I'm on the knit side. I'm not actually purling. I'm putting my needle in like it's a purl stitch and just moving it. Slipping purlwise moves the stitches without twisting them. If I slipped knitwise, let me just do that to show you. It would put the left side in front. I don't want that. I want to keep the right side in front. Knits and purls, doesn't matter. They all have the right side in front for traditional style of knitting. Now, I could start purling right now if I wanted to, because it's ready to go. Thanks everyone for joining me on this rainy day for frogging, or what to do, like for either ripping out or what to do if your stitches fall, your needle falls out of your stitches. Oh no! Now you can fix it. Now you can save it. So, as I put these back on my needle, this is all about building your confidence. Knitting, crocheting, all of it's awesome. All of it is helpful and stress relieving once you get used to it. I have a lot of people learning to knit who come to the shop and say, I thought this was supposed to be stress relieving. It's like, well, it's a little stressful to learn sometimes. Breathing and hydration is what we always say in the shop. Breathe when you're learning something new. When's the last time you took a deep breath? Metaphors for life, right? And hydration, even if you're not breaking a sweat, your brain is getting tired and probably needs something to drink. So, preferably water, you know. We always provide that for knitters at the shop. Provide it for yourself when we do remote lessons. Remember, I like to do remote lessons. If you're interested, contact me. I'm hoping these videos can help out. If that's not possible, hopefully eventually we'll have people back in the shop. But you know, right now, this is the time when we all need something to keep us going, something to keep us calm, to keep us sane. And if we get something really pretty for ourselves or our friends and loved ones out of it, hey, bonus, right? So, shameless plugs like I did last time is if you're enjoying these videos, please like them. Please subscribe and click that little bell if you want to know when we're doing more stuff. Definitely let me know what you want to see, because I will add it to my list and make check marks if more people want to see it. There's only so many days I can film, whether it's due to noise levels in the house or my energy levels. You know, not every day at this point that I can actually have a good hair day. Let's make use of it. Anyway, yeah, other shameless plug. Other than, you know, share this with friends if you think they'd like it. That'd be cool. Other shameless plug is we're now making shirts. I'm going to try not to trip on stuff. Someday I'll give you guys a tour of my whole space here. I'm hoping this shows off more of the shirt than my last video. But we have Sun Dragon swag. So, we'd love if you could go to the link we're going to put and go to Big Frog T-shirts and either, shout out to Brian, just did a Riker move. Inside joke not everyone's going to get. But go to Big Frog T-shirts or order from our site. There's 5 different colors. You can support the shop. And you can show off Sun Dragon and let everyone know how much you love Sun Dragon. And when they say, Sun Dragon, what's that? Sun Dragon Art and Fiber, what's that? You can say, well, let me tell you about it. And check out their YouTube videos. Anyway, please join us for the Straight Up Sideshow happening on Tuesday. That's actually tomorrow. Man, yeah. And hopefully I'll kick the rest of this migraine that I had today, which had some weirdness in the first video. I think this video went pretty well. We'll find out when I edit it. But I love y'all. I miss you. I miss those of you I haven't even met yet. I can't wait to meet you. Let's meet at Sit and Stitch, which happens Tuesdays and Fridays. Zoom meeting, it's our phone number, 828-877-3550. Or once this all settles down, maybe we'll meet in person. That'd be great. I always try to sign off with, may this adventure that you're on be filled with joy and confidence. That is what I'm here for. And that's what I want to help you with. So, let me know how I can help. Joy and confidence, peace and blessings to everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, baby. Oh, too close with the camera, huh? Thanks for not running across my filming. Just chiming in from the sides, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the grumpy look. Okay, bye-bye.